Welcome back to the Adventures in Silvernell. Wow, it has been a long time. Hi everybody, this is Silvernell, the homebrewed fantasy world setting for our online game of Dungeons & Dragons 5e. I'm your Game Master, Scott Nicholson, and these are my three friends. We are missing one tonight because she is sick, Erica Webb, but the ones we got here tonight, Ben Dale!
Hi, I'm just a guy.
Tanner Messer!
Hi.
And Michael Jackson.
I got pirates.
Oh, we got so many pirates. There's so much to catch up on. It's been 2 weeks. If you're watching us on Twitch, don't forget you can use your rooter points to make things happen in the game. Lots of crazy options there, and we'll be looking at the chat and see it directly. Thank you for everybody who's been donating and doing that. It's been really fun. If you're watching us on YouTube or Facebook, like, subscribe, share, or comment. We've been getting some funny comments lately. I really like. I'm gonna start bringing up specific comments because I think that's cool.
Yeah.
But anyways, what was the other thing? Oh yeah, we've been having some audio trouble with my microphone, so be vocal in the chat if there's a problem with that, and we'll try to fix that. It's been 2 weeks. Before we jump into the whole rigmarole, how is Ben, Michael, and Tanner doing?
Just as people?
Yeah.
Doing all right.
How much time we got?
It's like
I said, don't perceive me.
I didn't prepare for that character.
Okay, never mind. Let's just jump into fantasy. All right,
I don't have that character sheet on hand.
2 weeks ago was episode 36. This is episode 37. So last time on episode 36, Captain Saltus was captured by the squad and revealed to be a shard mine, a crystal race himself. He later revealed he takes the shard mines he purchases and convinces them to join into a giant monster he is creating somewhere out in the Silver Seas. Whether the shard mines actually agree or are forced to do it remains a mystery. Captain Saltus is destroyed by the squad in his own building, and his captive, Sister Frances of the Grifflin family, agrees to trail along with the squad, where B, of all people, promises to lead her back home to safety, so she can get a huge reward. The squad rallies the shard mines and the pirates of Port Royal together and forms a new community within the cove under King Penny's reign. Our villains have taken over Port Royal, and thus they leveled up. Last we left off, around 4 a.m. in the morning. It's really dark outside, no lights coming up yet. This big cave, this big port is digged into this mountainous rock area. There's only torches lit, so it seems like kind of middle of darkness, the way there's no light hitting the roof and stuff. We learned that some shard mines have specific useful abilities, and that they will be leading, some of them, over their previous enslavers, the pirates. Nothing is known yet what else Cthulhu has destroyed, if anything. We know in the morning a ceremony will unveil a statue of Wilkie Tittle at the Milwast Center. We know Wilkie was murdered by Bognak's past street brother, Nugs. We know General Rakshita is still off with Private Horrid with no word back yet if they made it to Summit or not. We know Kamapa has destroyed the main pirate ship in the cove, so right now it looks like he's going to have to be ship duty again. There are still unknowns littered all over the world. Dragontooth Academy has fallen, but that has unveiled Silvernell's many treasures, all of which are at a threat right now from Fatal and Cthulhu. No pressure. We begin at 4 a.m. B is immediately going to go into one of those local buildings to take a long rest. Kind of just dart at it, and kind of worries Russ for a second why she's so quick. So he's going to take off after her. You guys stand there with your pirates, your shard mines, and Sister Frances. Welcome back. What do you want to do?
We had mentioned, I had mentioned rather, doing a party of sorts and hosting that. Is that hasn't happened yet, right?
Well,
It was
last
something
time
we need to do.
You said it. They busted out all the beer. Clay and I pretended to be the shopkeeper.
Okay, so we did do it. Okay.
Yeah, so everyone's kind of partying right now. Tortuga full effect in Port Royal.
Ah, smooth. And so we gather the minds.
There's even a little cat that jumps on top of one of the 10 roofs of the building that seems to be meowing really loudly.
Well, what do we all think we should do next? I mean, took down Dragontooth, accidentally rose Cthulhu, but we did find a new hideout, so that is good for us. So potentially, kind of looks over all the drunk pirates. Useful allies, it seems. But I don't think I want to
So
get.
we're just like taking over the pirate cove is what's happening, right? And we're using that as like home base for the moment. Is that what's happening?
Yeah, I mean, we needed somewhere to stay, and I just didn't want to stay on a pirate ship, so I figured if they
No, that's
had
fair.
land up for grabs, might as well take it. If Cthulhu's destroying all the mainland, I definitely don't want to be there, but I don't know what Cthulhu's doing per se, so I couldn't.
Yeah, that's also something that we need to like kind of figure out.
Which reminds me, and Penny kind of turns to her head to the side, and she is going to cast Sending to Rashida. Hey, did you make it to Vail safely or into Milwast at all? Any updates? We have the code. Send.
Okay, it's going to be just a second before she formulates her response in her situation.
That's awesome for her.
Take that. Take that.
And I sent Rashida a little message because she went to Milwast to try to use the teleportation circle to get to Vail to gather us some supplies to handle Olivine. But, you know, Vail is... It's Cthulhu up there first.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if they're still there, or if she's still there, or if she's going
Or
somewhere
even
else.
alive at this point.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, Cthulhu, not Rashida. I don't know where Cthulhu's going next. I imagine she went to, Vail and was like, bam! And then she had to do something else. Or she's still there going, bam, bam, bam. But we're over here.
Yeah. By the way, if Will's around, maybe don't do the Vile talk so much. Because he's from there originally, and I think he's still looking for his wife and kids. I was gonna let it down gently. He doesn't need to hear the whole kingdom got destroyed.
Does
So
he know he's a ghost?
How
Because
old
I
is
wanna
he?
know that.
Will's very old.
So they're probably dead, right?
I mean, yeah, but I don't know if he's pieced that together yet. Like, I was gonna go to their graves with them, and the graves
Well,
are gone.
If we tell him that the whole world's destroyed, I guess it'd be a nice rip off the band-aid, but kind of like breaking a leg in half at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, hey, it's all fucked.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not really thinking straight right now. Bognak's got like that, like the scene, like trauma. It's like the ringing in his ears. He's just kind of like tinnitus is going on because he's still thinking about Nugs killing that lady. he's just like feeling a lot of things.
I'm gonna look over. Oh.
No, go ahead.
Oh. I'm gonna look over at the nun and just be like, aren't you like worth something when we turn you in? Where do we turn you in at? How does that work?
Your friend and I have made an agreement that if she just takes me back home to the Grifflin family up inside the Milwast Center, there will be a handsome reward. But I have warned her that everyone here is well, I can't quite place your face, but the rest of them are wanted.
Because I'm
villains.
not wanted like the rest of these individuals.
Oh,
Correct. So perhaps we send you, Livia, and maybe my girlfriend's free to go with you, and you can go turn in this reward, and also maybe learn some information about that Wilkie or whatever.
Yeah.
I imagine if they're having a ceremony, they can't be worried about Cthulhu, or they can't know about Cthulhu. But either way, I'd like to know what they're doing. And we are wanted criminals, so perhaps some of us should stay out of the way. But you,
Yeah.
fresh face.
And Clea now can just turn into whoever the hell she wants to.
She can borrow one of the soldiers' faces. I'm sure Zergay won't miss his while he's here.
Oh, yeah, that would be perfect.
as you guys are talking, the big party's going on in the background. The cat's nuzzling up on that roof, just kind of looking over as the morning is slowly coming in. Way off at the distance, in between the buildings where the docks go out over the big middle water part of this cove, Kamapa has fully become the ship. You see the glowing color of Will at the top, like helping as the steering wheel's like flapping up what's being created. Oh, and he's like, holding on to it. Bognak is up there with him. Bognak, the whole ship settles in its spot. Those floorboards open towards the front of the level of the ship you're on. You know it's because it's where you stick your tent, where it'll close. Kamapa's getting used to it. Will goes to touch the steering wheel and just puts his hand on his shoulder, and you see him take his physical hand and rub his physical shoulders and just smile at you.
Yeah, Archer support.
He picks the bow off the ground that was there before and puts it over his shoulder.
Flying Archer.
All right, well, Bognak runs over and gives him a high five.
Physical.
And then
Livia's like peering around a pole, like writing in her journal, watching this happen.
They're fan fiction.
Bognak starts rubbing his chest. We got to make sure it doesn't fall through.
Going wild.
Thank you, Bognak.
Oh, thank you, bud. I appreciate everything you've been doing for us. Yeah. And then Bognak's gonna have a 1,000-yard stare. He's just, like, it's like he's just got like one mug from the party, one like beer, and you can tell he's just been nursing it, just like little sips, just kind of distracted. He got it happy for Will, and then he's like, "Oh, wait a second." He's just standing there again.
Having some existential moment.
Yeah, but he's
Bognak, what troubles you?
Insight check, bro.
Oh, we'll know you.
yeah. I'm just kind of like, well, you know, I've just been thinking a lot about family, and yeah, I thought I did something good by trying to protect the guys on the street and get myself caught, and now I'm just thinking, what must have happened to them without me or Orteo there? I basically just plunged them into nothing. There's nobody there to watch after them, and well, my friends must have did some really dark things after I left, and I thought I had done bad things. I think the system's been broken for a while. Maybe Penny's been right. Time to tear things asunder. But I just like to do it my way and not mystical demons everywhere way. Yeah.
I understand. When I lost everything that I loved, and I saw death come at me like a bright light down a monorail canal.
We have monorails?
You wouldn't know
Cool.
monorails. There's a monorail in Vail and Canterville that go to.
Oh yeah, there is.
There's technically only 4 monorails, but I guess they're all connected, so I guess it's technically 1. But it's like 4 different channels that go.
It's
to
a monorail for sure because it's one.
But he will tell you that he supports when he finds his wife and his child, and you hear a hope in his voice of like the things they'll do together. Once you find them, he would follow you to the ends of this earth because of how much you have done for him.
Yeah, buddy. It's been a long time. I hope we can find them.
We will.
Go to the infection.
I think
Family's important.
I think what's important is we get onto the homeland and we go back to Vail. They'll probably bury there in a family grave. Oh, can you imagine, Bognak? When I see them again, they probably miss me so much.
Wait, he wants to
Yeah,
hang
but-
out with him in the family grave?
Well,
Are
I
they
mean,
dead? Are they watching his dead body?
Anyone gonna tell him?
the Fognak's thinking for a minute.
What a predicament!
I should have given you this fodder right out the gate. I was thinking. Well, I was getting ahead of the curve because I didn't want one of them mentioned. He's like, "Wait, it's broken." Anyway, yeah, buddy, about that. I've heard Cthulhu's hit landfall. And he might have already hit Vail. But
You see a ghost go pale.
But the good news is that, well, something I learned from my experience with Cthulhu is, well, he doesn't like good souls, and well, she doesn't like good souls, and well, you're one of the best guys I've ever met, and I know if your family's anything like you, they're safe out there, and they found a way to get away and keep fighting because they want to see you just as bad, bud.
Oh, that's nice. Though.
Then there's no time to lose. We must
And
join
now-
the fight with them.
And now you're ready, as I clasp him on the shoulder and point at the bow.
Legolas. Wait.
He goes
He
to
has
put
no
his
legs.
head, like his
Alas.
forehead on your hand, but he goes through your hand and just hits his shoulder.
We'll work on the head next, bud. Hey, don't write that down. Stop that.
Zoom into Livia.
Livia's just been like heart-wrenching over here on the side, like watching this romantic moment go down. And that final, the head comes. Oh.
Should you
You
rest
see-
now, Bognak? Oh, go ahead, Penny. Go ahead, Penny.
Livia just sees Penny, Penny's just standing next to her, giving her this side-eyed, just kind of looking Livia up and down I just killed you. I really don't know you. We gotta have a conversation at some point. Truly.
Livia just turns around, looks at Penny. I can't wait to read this to B.
Sounds like a joy. Truly.
You should let her read it herself. She still needs some practice, but she's done great. She's doing so good. If the fanfic helps B, then write all you want. I know our feelings for
We're
each
getting
other.
up there with the letters.
I also
Bognak-
love how you're on the ship and Livia's over there and you guys are screaming this to each other over the open water. If you want to do it, do it.
Yeah, we
Cats
we
there
were
just watching.
over this party that's happening.
Yeah.
We just didn't want to yell into the mics for you viewers.
Yeah,
Generous.
we can.
Yeah.
Okay, so you both are in the situation you're in. You have an option for a long rest, or you can skip it. You can really do whatever you want.
Oh yeah, so looking at time, do we know when this ceremony is supposed to happen in relation to when it is right now? If we take a long rest, do we miss that thing?
Roll
I'm
your
kinda
best
nosy.
intelligence skill check. So if that's insight,
Could I also do that?
That is a wisdom check, girl.
a wisdom
But-
check.
Wait, do you want wisdom?
Oh yeah, do wisdom.
I got
This
better
is basically
wisdom.
insight.
Yeah.
Just roll an
I got
insight check is what I'm saying, I guess. But yes, Livia, you can as well.
Okay. I got a dirty 20.
You
I didn't get a dirty 20, but
you remember
Yeah, 16.
earlier
You could've
on
got
it was
higher.
mentioned that it was going to be at sunrise. So you generally know sunrise is probably around 6 to 7 sometime.
oh, it's coming up on us.
So yeah, you have 2 to 3.5 hour range right now. I'll say it's got to be about 4:30 at this point. So
Well, I think we have about 2.5 hours, roughly 3 until sun breaks. So maybe, I'm not gonna go. Personally, it just doesn't make any sense. But I do think Clea now should go, and Livia, you should go if you don't want to take a rest.
Yeah, what? It's a Wookiee ceremony? Is that what it is?
Yeah, they're celebrating a gnome who did a thing but got killed by Bognak's friend. But I'm not sure why Bognak's friend did that. Probably got hired. You used to be hired guns, right, Bognak? You just work for money. That's what people do
I mean,
in
we were
Wiggletown.
more like street orphans. We were relatively uncriminal until Orteo kind of took over. And I guess, like I said, I think things went really bad for him these past few years. Probably, if I had to guess, I'd say it was a grudge. He blamed her for.
It's a bad management. Understood.
I mean, yeah,
So-
when I went away.
So it sounds like that this Nubs killed somebody. But do we know what happened to Nubs? Is Nubs just known for that? Are they dead now? They didn't go to
Nubs.
I
Dragontooth.
thought it was Nugs.
Oh,
is.
Nubs.
it is.
Like a
Well,
nugget.
Nugs didn't go to Dragontooth because we destroyed that. So where's Nugs now? I assume Nugs is a child. If they're your
Yeah.
friend.
They said he's in custody of the big government. I don't know.
Oh, Summit.
Yeah. He's
Whew.
in custody.
I thought it was gonna be at Vail, and I was gonna say that is Word.
Word.
Bognak, roll an insight check.
Hmm.
Also, did Rakshita respond
Not
from
yet.
her predicament? Oh Lord!
Just a straight.
You be
15.
thinking.
15.
Yeah.
It wasn't specifically designated that it was Summit. They were just captured.
Oh, I thought she said Summit last time.
If she
Well-
did, that's another story. But
I'd have to. I don't. I'll watch the tape. But yeah, he's captured. That's all.
Well, hopefully not by Summit, as Summit is destroyed, and hopefully, I assume you like your friend, and hopefully he's alive. But also,
Yeah.
I mean, I really didn't know Wilkie, so at least they did whatever they were famous for before they died. That makes sense.
Yeah.
That all works out.
But
Yeah, what do you know about Wookiee?
who is Wookiee's the lady that we robbed? This has been asking. Is that
Oh,
okay? Yeah. Well,
you
I
are
knew
Wilkie.
She was a great potion master. I mean, she was the best in the land. She came up with incredible cures, and I was honestly hoping we could ask her to help us. The two sides of the same coin, right? I was hoping that she could maybe look at the little poison we have and see if we could expand it. But if
The
she's
little one or
gone,
the big one?
well, yeah, it's a big poison. But if she's gone, we can't really work on. Yeah, Oh, okay, a horrifying mass nuclear weapon. Okay, that's what we have.
That's what we have.
Uh,
Well, a good thing about that is, if this isn't a member in memoriam of Wilkie, then maybe people who work in her field or aspire to replace her will be at this event. So that's even more reason for us to send Livia and Clea now to see if someone's talking about replacing them, and then we get in their pockets.
I should be able to. I don't want to go because if Nugs was the guy that did it, something tells me there's a target on my back in the society right now.
Is there a way you can disguise
It's a
yourself?
wanted poster.
I feel like you'll be able to point out these people better than I would. But as far as Livia is concerned, she's going on a mad scientist hunt right now.
Yeah, well, I could probably pick out some of the strongest people in the crowd. But that's I want to try and stay at a distance as best I could. Does anybody have a way to help me hide?
Cleonile says, "I have a couple of costumes you can wear, but
Oh,
I don't know if it'll hide everything."
you know what I just realized? I've got clairvoyance. I just need to know where to point it.
Oh, that's also helpful.
Yeah, that's kind of helpful. So just get
Yeah.
me within a mile, and I can, get a good view of the crowd.
Yep, because I got nothing else to hide you. So
I look around just like for a potato sack and just put it on like a cloak.
You gotta put it on, and it snags a little bit, and you look up, and that cat that's dangling with its little claw out just snags the burlap edge of it. You just give it a little yank, and it pulls away. This cat's just staring at you.
Is this your cat?
Oh no, that's a stray.
Oh, it's
That's not
It's
Bubbles.
just a stray cat.
cat.
I thought the whole time it was Bubbles.
Nope.
No.
Bognak he's got this potato sack on his head. He's like, well, this is better than the carrot outfit. He's got maybe not. Well, no, more conspicuous. He's got his nurse spear, and he's just gonna see if the cat will let him pick him up and just kind of hold it for a little bit, just like security blanket, drink in hand, and the cat. And he's like, all right.
All my favorite things.
Yep, sounds like a Tuesday night to me.
Yeah, Penny and Mort are gonna stay and do a long rest. Clea and I will go with Bognak and Livia to the ceremony.
And I just
Is
need
my
a short
plan.
rest before we go.
Oh yeah. So we'll do an hour of resting, and then we'll go.
Okay.
Sounds
Where are you taking the short rest?
On the motherfucking beach.
Are there any orgs that are the Torg, Vorg, Sorg? Are there any that are
Humans?
good at archery?
Or telekinesis.
I'll
not
say
cheating.
you can spend an hour short rest just having leisure conversation with shard minds to find out more information.
Yeah,
It's
It's a
I'll-
leisure
yeah.
activity.
Like all the pirates are raging, I'm just politely talking to the shard minds in their heads. Does anybody
you
good
do?
at archery?
What about you?
We need help for Will.
Yeah, they point out that there's a shard mine named Gorg, and Gorg is really good at. His arm is kind of like really thick and spread out,
Ooh.
and it's got like this one part that flicks on the back. It's actually perfect if he gets arrows. He doesn't even need a bow. It's just like arm is kind of this, and uses it. He uses it to put things up on high shelves and stuff like that, and to toss up strong material because he's strong. But that's what he really likes to do: is shoot things with it. So arrows or sticks or stuff.
Org, you're a warrior now. Let's get some lessons in.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna have him and Will shoot arrows while I just kind of sit there with my ear.
Okay, perfect. So you have a ghost who has physical hands and shoulders shooting a bow floating in the air, and a big shard mine with a crystalline arm bow.
Sounds
What
like
if
a
we
Tuesday.
created?
An army of monsters, but an army for sure.
For real.
Take what you can get.
All right.
The archer.
If you want to do that for about an hour, give me a persuasion check, Bognak.
No. Yeah,
You got this.
flat 10.
Okay,
Just-
so I'll give you 3 more throughout the night. Takes you like 20 minutes each to really get like the juicy information out of them.
Okay.
All right, so there's Korg,
Oh,
and
Is that with a K or a C?
a K.
Okay.
And Korg is really good at specifically making baked goods.
Oh.
fuck yeah.
Okay, there's Jorg, the shard mine. And Jorg is extremely good at diving and swimming.
Like a torpedo.
Yes. And then there's Morg. And
Ooh.
Morg has a really good specific sense of when life disappears within a certain range. So if he focuses really hard, something died over there. Or I feel something dying.
Yeah, dar.
Well, that seems like a great lookout for us.
Right?
So just to be clear,
Someone's dying.
for our audience, out of all these shard
I like
mines right
Morg.
now, you've learned special abilities from Vorg, Zorg, Torg, Gorg, Korg, Jorg, and Morg.
Fuck these people.
All right, Penny, what and Livia, what are you guys doing with your short rest?
No, Penny's taking a full
Oh,
on
long rest, yeah.
long
Sorry.
rshe going like
Cleonile's staying. Gotcha.
Yeah. I find
yeah,
out
now
which,
doing it.
which shard is the baker. I'm like, that's Korg, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I did memorize one.
Good job.
I'm gonna get all the rooter together and just be like, start baking.
The rooter just in the port?
Yeah. I'm gonna just get some rooter and get some port rooter.
All right, you will face a little hostility from some pirates. Like, yes, you are part of the group that took over. A lot of them are asleep, and Penny's the captain, or the king.
Well, that's fucking cool, but I meet them with even more hostility, so they can get the fuck up out of my face.
Intimidation check.
Are you just robbing people? What's happening?
He's like trying to get all the weed, but he's like, people are just willingly giving it up.
He said, I'm not gonna get my weed. I'm gonna get other people's weed. Okay, it's something
Okay,
Taylor would do.
21 intimidation.
Okay, yeah, they were gonna offer a card game for like a wager of how much, but nah, dude, they're freaked out. They're just gonna show you one building that's in charge of like all of the like really, really good stuff that's stolen off the market and sold into this black market. So there's a room full, like barrels and barrels and barrels and barrels.
Noted. I'm getting it all.
Just like wheeling out a barrel at a time. I don't know if that's short rest kind of
No, that's
action.
not short rest material. I note it for later.
Okay.
And maybe I like walk up in Bee's room and like whisper it in her sleeping ear or something, so she'll maybe remember where all the rooters at.
Okay, so if we look at our map really fast on this big thing, let me get to the
It's
right
destroyed
spot.
map.
Yes, this building right here. Ignore everything else on it. That building.
Mm.
That's where it's at. It was right behind that building with the cannon that got exploded.
Yeah. I like say that in my little message to Bee. I'm like, if you wake up and you want to get some rooter for the baker, it's in this building right here.
If you go in, Russ is kind of just like sitting at the door, and he's like writing in his book. So as you walk in, she's already asleep on the bed. That looks like she's scratched up and stuff, and like ripped maybe like a nook hole in it, like a rat, and slept in it. And he's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, shh, don't be too loud."
Well, why don't I just tell you since you're awake? You need to go to the little house that's on the edge here at the dock, the little hut. I like describe it thoroughly
Sure.
rather than my map view.
Sure.
But there's a shit ton of rooter in there, Russ. I need you to like get it all. Or you or B. I was going to tell B about it because I know she loves this stuff and it might make her feel a little bit better.
You mean like rooter for the trip?
Exactly that.
It's good thinking. Shuts his book, puts it down, stands up, takes the keys off the wall, this big chink keys, just kind of like shoves you out the door, shuts the door, and just starts testing the keys. One of these locks in. I don't want to leave her alone. A DDA can be pretty rough, Livia.
Yeah, figure out the key. Get to it. Thanks, Russ.
Cool.
She'll love you for it.
All right. He will secure the weed in his time.
Oh, good old
Hell
Luther.
yeah.
We love it.
He will tell you, to be clear, so that we're all clear, he's going to take it to the ship.
Yeah,
Okay.
for sure.
All right.
Clea now will spend her half hour, and she will use her bestial soul to switch from the ability to breathe underwater and swim to the ability to climb her movement speed. So she sits in prayer for a little bit, and her gills close up, and her hands get a little like padded on it, and she starts to have a little transformation as she's sitting in prayer. That's what she-
Beside her, she was also in prayer, is Sister Frances, and she will rest there until everyone is ready. You will hear little comments from her throughout the past 20 minutes of like talking about how great the Grifflin family is, and everyone hears this, how excited she is to be home, and she's so grateful that you souls came into her life. She feared for her life. She's just very thankful. She's trying to keep her calm, but she's very scared. She's not going to be able to relax right now. All right.
That sounds good.
Short rest over. You now have like an hour and a half to the ceremony.
Before we leave, can I insight check this cat?
Yeah, insight.
Please.
I just really want to make sure.
She just gives sketch vibes. I haven't liked her since we met her, honestly, but here we are.
Well, it's too calm. Why'd it just let me pick it up and carry it around? That's not cat behavior.
oh, that cat. Also, yeah.
That's sometimes cat behavior.
12.
It's pretty insightful.
There was a lot of cats on the street of Wemding City. A lot of happy cats. This one seems like a happy cat. A cocky happy cat. But otherwise, since nothing magical per se or extra freaky per se, seems like a normal cat, just with spunk.
Yeah, it all seems like a normal cat.
Seems like a normal cat is a scary word choice.
Keep you on your toes all the time.
If you're a spy, you have to tell me. So I'm like just holding it.
You hear the water lapping up at the edges of the cove, echoing throughout this big cove. See out the big hole out towards the silver seas. The sky isn't pitch black anymore. It's like a very dark blue.
Well, I guess it's time for us to go. Do you know the way home from here? Asking Sister Francis.
Yes, that evil pirate brought me through, and she's going to turn and point across, which is in between the two big sections of this cove. There is in the rocks where you saw Captain Saltus come out of. It's the only thing that's kind of ground, and it walks through this hole of this mountain wall.
Well, it's a good thing you walked here because I guess we can walk back. And if everyone's with us, then we shall begin this journey.
Embark.
All right, you leave behind you the.
Also, does Bognak look different? Did Bognak
He's
Bognak
got
himself?
a burlap sack cloak. That's a burlap
Okay.
sack. Even he is kind of smaller though, so it goes about to his butt.
Perhaps Bognak, you should just be a mute, and then I can communicate with you. And she casts a message and starts to whisper the rest of the sentence. Communicate with you like this, so you don't have to speak.
Oh my god. So I had to check and make sure it wasn't Evening Bloom for a second. Okay, yeah, sure, that sounds good.
Oh, that's so nice of you to say.
Yeah, Bognak's gonna take some dirt and just dirty up his face too. He's just trying to look just like
Gross.
inconspicuous. Yeah, just like you don't want to look at this guy twice, right? So, yeah, okay, let's get a move on, I guess. I'll try and stay back out of the city. How far can you talk to me like this?
Let's look at the spell. Bognak, I wasn't ready for this.
It's just a thing.
Just 1 second. 120 feet. Thank you. 120 feet. So, and it's got to be able to see you, and I can whisper to you and communicate back. Also, I can just come up to you.
Cool.
I plan to be near you.
Cool.
Just,
Do you guys mind if we bring Will? I mean, like, I think Kamapa's gonna hang out here. I might need somebody to back me up.
well, it's not exactly
is
like
he
we can
gonna
stop
do?
him if we wanted to. Huh. I guess he's a ghost.
Yeah, if anybody can get us some help, or go, I trust Will to help scout us and help watch my back while I'm trying to keep an eye on the city because I don't want to go in fully. So I'll let you two go in, and then we'll keep an eye out from out here.
You'll have to give me the details later so I can write about it. But
We're not-
okay, he can come.
Nothing's gonna happen in the woods. It's truly platonic. As
Anything
Bognak
can
holds-
happen in the woods.
Bognak is
Yeah.
holding Will's hand. He's like, "This is just for practice to make sure he doesn't get rusty." But I agree. This is. He's got a wife and kids. So I'm not trying to be a
so Will's
homewrecker.
coming now.
They're deceased. It's not.
Nah,
It's above water. It's
We don't know that. We don't know that he's still here. So
That's true.
And Cleo now will turn into Zerge. Also, wait, in that hour, did Penny hear back from?
oh yeah.
I was gonna do it dramatically as they're leaving. Penny would hear something.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. I was like,
yeah.
You're ruining
Okay,
the
great.
drama.
So, yeah, she'll turn into Zerge, and she will look like Zerge.
Which one was Zerge?
Zerge's the French one.
Yeah, he's the French one. He makes maps and he blends certain things.
That's great, Cleona.
Oh, thank you. I try.
All right, as you guys are, Will is leaving the ship and hovering all the way across the water of the cove infested with sharks to get to where you guys are. You guys go into this cave. You hear the sound disappearing behind you of the pirate party going on, the lapping waves. You just hear the long tunnel air coming through of whatever the secret place was. It's going to get dark immediately, but as you kind of fade into the dark of this tunnel, back where she is sleeping right now, Penny gets a message from Rakshida. Penny, message probably get to you late. In Diminished Magic Arena. Still at Milwast. Allies with Thesian Guild. It's 18. I only get 25 right. Summit is destroyed. Teleportation circles don't work.
No.
To get there. I added 3 words. Okay.
We'll take it.
All right.
Oh.
guys are walking into the dark, none the wiser of what was just said in a delayed magical message return.
I wonder if Rashida ever got back to Penny. I guess I'll never know. Oh well.
Yeah, Penny had no important information for us. She's just taking a nap. We gotta get out.
So right
She works
now,
hard.
She'd let us know if it was important for sure.
you guys are walking through this tunnel. There is the slight glow of Will's spectral body, so it is not pitch black. What's the middle one again? It's
Dim light.
dim light.
So I was like,
So
yes,
dim light.
D&D.
You are walking along with Sister Frances and Bognak, and you hear them having a conversation because Sister Frances is amazed at the fact that this ghost is here, and he's sharing his story with her, and she's sharing the story with him, and you're able to overhear that the Grifflin family is her family. She is a sister of all faiths to the family and to all their customers. They own the Shard Mine Emporium, the place that makes shard mines the way people envision their shard mines. It's a great...
What does that mean?
You're going to hear her explain to Will that the family lives in a 3-story building where the bottom building is nothing but a gracious display of their works. And there's different places stationed on the island where you can go from where you live with your shard mine, and they can be trained and tailored to your desire.
It's probably good that B and Penny didn't come. That place would be burned to the ground immediately.
It might still end up that way.
Yeah, Operation Honeypot was not great last time. We did screw the pooch a little bit, but you know what?
We got the job done. That's what happened.
Yeah. Operation Honeypot round 2. Let's do this. Infiltration unit. All right.
Miss Honey.
Miss Honey. It's Bandy.
All right, if there's nothing else, you guys are going to walk for a good 25 minutes through this place.
Yeah. Clean out slows down, and she like has a moment where she like starts casting a message to Livia. That sounds very something that Penny would not support. Perhaps this is something we should think about?
I can respond, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we should think about burning the fucking shit down, Cleonile.
Oh no.
Well, I think we need to learn information first. Still, she's gonna keep just casting message back and forth. I think we need to see if we can learn something, but perhaps... Perhaps this person isn't as good as we thought just because she's of the cloth. This Griffin family seems like an issue.
Oh yeah, she a dirty bitch of the cloth, of that raggedy cloth, is what it seems like. So, I think we will learn in this situation and then take care of the situation.
That sounds like a good idea. You know, perhaps if things don't go well, we can come back and she turns her face into the nun's face, and we can tell a different story. And she turns back into Zergay.
Livia's just like
Bognak, walking completely unaware this conversation's happening. He's just like, you know who would have been helpful for this? Vorg.
Bognak.
Probably should have brought that guy along, huh?
Which one is he?
A double distance messaging guy.
Oh.
Yeah, do we have time to turn around? Let's go grab him.
Well, the problem with having the shard mines is that they draw attention to us. So
Yeah. Oh, you
just
gotta
don't
you gotta be in sight for it to work too, don't you? Yeah, never mind. Never mind.
does that mean he just has really, really good eyesight?
Maybe he just has better eyesight than all the other ones. He's not that good at messaging. He's just got really good vision.
Perhaps.
Yeah, he got that 10-10.
Ooh.
Before you know
Okay.
it, you're walking up
Scott
through
just
the
had-
rocks, up a slanted part of this place, and this kind of open doorway into the outside opens up out of this cave you've been walking in for 25 minutes. The sky is starting to become this beautiful orange with the faded dark blue way off on the other end. you come out, they're silhouetted in front of that orange. Just the beautiful silhouettes of palm trees that range from maybe 20 to 40 feet. Some are huge. You're definitely in a very wooded area of palm trees. The nature of the land has not been trimmed or anything. It's overgrown. It comes to about like 2.5 feet of beautiful white and blue and red, like faded red, almost like tulip-looking things. Everything here feels very relaxed. It's like you just landed in Hawaii. The breeze is nice, not too hot, not too cold. And the part that you're coming out of is topographically very high above a lot of this island. So as you walk out and you're seeing this stuff and hearing the bugs around you, you kind of look down and you can see kind of far towards what looks to be a huge, encased with a wall with magic stuff flickering at different parts of it randomly around the walls, this big center. It looks like it's got a big Hogwarts in the middle, but like 3 times the length tall. It's very towery, but it's very clean. And freshly painted, unlike Hogwarts. But it's got that similar structure. Around it,
Much cleaner.
in between it and the walls, is a city, essentially. Lots of different lights. You can hear noises and stuff. Outside of that are different trade routes going out that you can see here, are path roads into the palm tree areas. Way off in the distance, you can see the edge of the ocean. You can smell that salty sea. And, yeah, that's just generally what you see. Way off in the distance. Must be a couple, maybe a few miles walk down this area.
And is that where we assume the nuns or the Grifflin's home is? It's inside. It's like inside it on the other side of this.
She's going to tell you a little ways up the path. It breaks off, and that leads towards Buccaneer's Cove, where she was visiting her assistant in her lighthouse.
And that's where the Grifflins are.
No, the Grifflins are in the Milwast Center. She's just pointing out that was the other path. That's the path that Captain Saltus brought from.
Castle. Is that what you're saying?
They're living. They're closer to that.
She tells you that they live in a 3-story building in that city. The whole thing's called the Milwast Center, and then the middle is the Milwast School of Magic.
Clint, I was gonna ask it. Do they train the shard minds using magical means or more mental or martial means? Do they teach them to be better, or do they alter them?
She tells you all of that, all of the above. They've grown their empire by hiring local artists and carvers, different people of different skills. They pay them to do these services, and they offer the highest caliber of the people around on the island. She says, if you just take me home, the bottom floor will explain everything they can do and what you can get. You'll see how incredible it is. And you can see how wealthy they are. I'm sure they'll give you a big reward for returning here.
Are there any figureheads we should keep a lookout for? Anybody, who are some powerful allies, that could help us stop Cthulhu?
Well, she tells you Sir Frederick Pike Grifflin, the father. Frederick Pike Grifflin is the political of the family. He's the one that has such strong ties to the Milwast School of Magic, which basically runs this entire thing. That he's very close with the powers that be there. Madame Choreen Grifflin is very much a figurehead of the people in the city. She knows a lot of people with different skills, and that means she knows a lot of things about the trade ports too that go out to the other part of the world. And then there's just their young son, Boyle Grifflin.
Boyle?
Yeah.
Oh, Boyle.
Good luck ever finding him. He only comes home when he wants to come home. He's all over the city. He is a thorn in his family's, but he's always great at posing for the picture.
Is he like
Gotta do that.
a young rebel, maybe looking for a new big brother figure? I'm ready to be heard again.
She describes him as a brilliant entrepreneurial that drinks gasoline.
So
Sounds like a good time.
sounds like a thief. Is he a thief?
We should definitely send Livia to hang out with him.
Your silence
Yeah,
speaks
that-
volumes.
He has been known to take a few things. Everything he does is pretty much covered up by his mother and father. But he is a good boy, and he always comes to the church on time, and his confessions are private with his Lord.
What is it
Do you have
Do you have
exactly
your
that?
own lords?
Or does he have a?
The Milwast Center is very good at letting all religions be worshipped. There is not a superior... over the past 100 years, many have woken up to the fact that not only are there gods, but they are all there. And now and then, gods pop up out of nowhere, and it is the strength of the people of this world to stick together to fight against those gods that would harm it.
Sounds like some woke fake news to me.
Oh no, it is true. I personally worship 3 of the gods myself. But
Damn,
sister,
3.
I am curious. You're gonna say something?
I was just exclaiming with a wonderful.
Sister, I was wondering, what exactly do you do for the family? What is your role?
I provide counsel. I provide a moral barometer for the business. I used to be the main caretaker for young Boyle, but as he's gotten older and become more independent, I am more of a shoulder of truth to the family and a beacon of hope. I also provide Sunday sermons to the city.
And
What-
you said this is you said social barometer? What is... I'm sorry, I don't understand what that means.
Well, there are certain things that customers require of their shard mine that cross a moral boundary to myself personally and to the gods I speak with.
And your
What
job
would
is
that
to
be?
simply write those things down or to stop them from happening?
Over the years, I've been giving a certain amount of control to stop instances, but again, I also must be aware to not overstep my place with the family. It's a balance. I will show you everything. Just, please, I'm sure they're worried.
One last quick question before we get going. One, can you kind of point out like the main places in the city? Where are the statues, if you can, and
Statues?
like the statue that's going up of the celebration in like an hour.
Oh, specifically, you're looking for the Milwast Center monument.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, so it is in the big, like imagine like the Washington Monument has that long, narrow pools of water and things around it. Now just make that all a garden. And
Olive Garden?
when you're there, your family. And there is a huge statue that is added onto, and it is the big, like a ceremonial connection between the school and the city that came out of its success.
Oh, yeah. I'll watch there from a distance, and could you describe young Boyle to me? Maybe I can keep an eye out for him. Does he have any riffraff friends? Maybe I should keep an eye out in case anybody tries to do something at the ceremony. Maybe people that don't like the Emporium.
She doesn't know any of his like young associates. She's also going to tell you that he is a teenager, so that gives you an air of what you're dealing with.
During that first spiel that Bognak asked that question, clean out cast message to Livia. I think the best option is to eat her before we get back. I don't think she's a good person.
Yeah, we can like take a diverted route there, maybe through the woods.
Yeah, well, sister, this is where I leave you. I know you're in good hands because they never, I know B promised to get you there safely, and they never upset B while she's sickly with her deadly, deadly ass, not here to say anything. But I know she promised you safe passage. So, so I know our friends will take good care of you. Will and I are gonna stay back and
It was so nice to meet you, Sister Francis. You are in great hands. They will take care of you and return you to your family. And he's going to put a hand on Bognak's shoulder. To them, family is everything. I can't wait to see you again.
Family's everything.
Yeah, when you're
Platonic
here, your
family.
family.
We
Come
choose
with
our-
us. And Livia reaches her hand out for the nun to grab it and walk on with them.
She's going to look at Bognak before she leaves. Kind of like adjust your burlap sack headdress that doesn't do too great a job. Thank God it's dark. She's going to look at you and say, I had a certain image of one of the villains from Dragontooth Academy. And how after meeting you, Bognak, I was wrong. There's good in there. Don't you ever lose that.
I'm just a guy. It's nothing. Bognak blushes.
Take care, Bognak. And to you, Will, good luck. And she's going to leave.
I think Cleonile is like right behind her.
Okay. So when she turns around...
Yeah, she's like right there, and she's looking at her, and she's like, it's interesting. You know, I thought I knew what a good person was, and then I met you, and I realized I was wrong. Rage. And she's gonna bite her face.
Full
And
Pennywise
Livia
in the
just pulls
grate.
her fucking flame blade out and goes at it from the front.
I mean, you're at point blank range with the surprise. You're gonna land the chomp on the back of her neck. The flame blade, it probably only needs to do the last hit point out of 3.
Fuck it.
You just see
Yeah,
this.
I do like 3 without. If I roll a 1, I'm doing 3. I'm doing 6 points a day.
Bognak and Will look in front of you as her body goes down to the ground. Cleonile's taking out chunks out of the bottom of her neck. The silhouette of blood flying
girl,
past the
I'll
palm
cook
trees.
it.
And the salty breeze, and this glowing flame blade is just lighting up Livia as she's just as much as she's cutting it, it's searing it back, basically making black lines across her back through her shawl.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
You just see Will reach down and look, Sister Francis, and he follows something that you can't see. Sister Francis!
No! Oh my god! Bognak is trying to give her a health potion. He's got the health potion that recharges at dawn. She's not.
Yeah, her black scars on her back are like slowly starting to heal, but with each time another one, it just gets right back. It's just this loading bar of death.
Just spilling out into his
Keep
hands.
swiping. Keep swiping.
Oh my god! I try and parry it.
Will looks up at Cleonile, who's just like dripping with blood all over her face. What is wrong with you?
Oh, well, I don't think Penny would enjoy that we were going to turn someone who is actively modifying shard mines against their will. That seems to be against what Penny would want. And it seems that if I were to take her back, it'd be harder to kill her there than to kill her right now. So I made the choice to kill her now.
Yeah,
Show him what you can do, Cleonile.
but
Oh, and also we decided that maybe if we do want to turn her in and get the reward, we can simply do this. And she looks like she turns into Sister Francis. And then we can have an inside person, because we can, if we are the social barometer, as she said, or the moral barometer, as she said, then perhaps we can get some things changed from the inside. That's what Penny taught me.
that's, you know what? Yeah, great thinking. I just, my other regret now. I wish we brought Vorg. I also really wish we brought Torg, the good seamstress, because you guys sliced the hell out of this. Oh my god!
Oh my god!
Oh,
And
yes.
I start casting mending on the clothing to try and repair it. I'm like, you
Still
guys,
bloodstains.
We should take that, because she was, after all, kidnapped by pirates, so it will make it more believable. I'll add it to my costumes. Thank you, Bognak.
Will looks on
there
in
we go.
horror as a nun is stripped down to her underwear on the ground.
I've got this shovel. I'm gonna give her a burial. I don't know if that's how her religion works, but
No, just let Cleonile eat her.
oh yeah, oh god, I can't
When's
be
the
here for
last time
this.
you had a good meal, Cleonile?
Well, actually, ever since we left Dragontooth, I've had lots of consistent meals. They've been very good.
Accurate.
Lots of
You want
variation.
another?
Okay.
See,
So
no
she
body, Bognak. You don't have to pick up shit.
Oh my god. Bognak touches his religious symbol and just kind of grabs Will on the shoulder. He's like, this is... Well, when you're here, your family.
All right, we're gonna go to a quick 10-minute bathroom break.
My god.
eating our friends. Listen, she proved to be a very bad person, and I was worried about that. And I was like, damn, I gotta kill her now.
But we promised B.
We
That
promised
we would
B we get her
return.
money.
No,
Money
we
will be
promised
Yeah,
returned.
that
B was genuinely invested in her as a person.
B wasn't that.
B would have learned, and B would have done it herself. So.
B also tied her up and then freed her and then said, listen, we'll explain it to B. When
All
I
right.
give her the money.
10 minutes. We will see everybody soon for Act 2.
Thank you, Tim.
Bye. Back, everybody, from the bathroom break. If you missed the first act, everything was secured, and now we have a small squad moving towards the Milwast Monument during the reveal of the memoriam of Wilkie Tittle Cliglet Slivel Tempia, I believe is her name. Is that anyways, on this big statue. I will say, as you guys are starting to walk away, Bognak and Will staying behind, just in range.
Yeah, I'm just close enough where my clairvoyance can keep an eye on him. So within a mile of the city. So, and I am gonna give Livia and Clea and I don't know how they want to divide it up, but
Let
I'm gonna
me
give
ask
them
about clairvoyance really fast.
Yeah,
Do you have to see the specific location or just the distance again?
I have to be within so it
It
can
goes
either
through
be
walls.
like a familiar location to me, or like a general location such as behind a closed door, or it's like, oh, I'm looking for the giant reflecting pond. Like I can see. That's why I asked her specifically. Like,
All right, roll
Or-
a
yeah.
roll a perception check. This is very important.
So you can like put it at the monument. Like, oh, it's gonna be at this thing.
no time to cast guidance.
I'll give you guidance. Go
Thank
ahead,
you very much. Yeah,
because this is important. I break the rules. Rule of fun.
a nat 20. I'm not even
Are
kidding.
you kidding me?
Oh my
I'm dead
god!
serious.
Yeah.
full nat 20.
Yeah.
All right. Well, then, when she was pointing out Bognak, you're the only one who can really see this from here. You see, the city kind of opens up at the base of that Milwast School of Magic, and you see that long Washington Monument style garden. It's maybe hedges. There's a lot of big chunks of green, and then there's like a fountainous area, and then there's something big and purple, and you could almost swear you see it move or something. And because it's a nat 20, I would say your best bet is probably it's like maybe a cloth on your monument, and this will be because you know it's an unveiling, so maybe that's the thing. And you could put your clairvoyance anywhere in those things I described.
Beautiful. I think I'm gonna go ahead and peep the cloth if I can from here.
Okay, so that clairvoyance will appear. What's the distance you want from the cloth? Because it's like a hovering ball camera.
Yeah. It's invisible unless someone has a way of sensing the invisibility. So, yeah, I think I'm gonna place it like 30-ish feet from it.
Okay.
Oh, I don't know if I could be that specific, but like try and get it like towards like kind of the head looking down at the
So,
crowd looking at everybody nearby.
There's something about this magic that you feel when you cast it. You've cast it a couple times now. This feels a little different. You don't really know a lot of the arcane really well. Only things that can really come with items and stuff. So each time it's kind of training as you go. So roll me an insight about this with disadvantage.
Fair enough. Another nat 20 and a 2.
Strong enough
the,
to sense something.
the dice tell their story.
Immediately as you
Yeah.
cast it, something's very different. Not dangerous per se, just different, but it works, and you can see immediately big purple shiny cloth hanging over this big thing that's in this very nice tiled walkway with rows of benches and beautiful flowers and trimmed in these flowers, and there are tons of different half-elves and gnomes and tabaxis and humans in like similar like a white cloth tunic kind of thing. Maybe if this isn't uniform, like everyone's generally dressed in the right color and the right kind of outfit, this is very ceremonial apparently. Everyone's joyous. There's a big party going on. There's a band playing. What's that instrument where it's like you hover over your hand?
Oh, yeah.
I
You know what I'm
describing,
talking
but
about.
I don't know what's the name.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
Yeah. And so that music is playing. It's actually kind of beautiful.
A theorem. Thank you, Byron.
Of course.
A theorem.
A theorem, yeah,
In
yeah.
the chat.
And then also you see shard mines carrying trays, catering to this party. And then above the hedges, because if you're 30 feet back and you're kind of up, there's like light hedges that trim this tiled area. Past that are big hedges. Like the majority of this is hedges with flowers in it. There's not necessarily pathways that go through each thing. It seems like one of those situations that as you look down, it looks very impressive with shapes and designs. And it's very meditative as you see different groups of people walking around discussing, talking. As the light is bursting into this bright orange, it's about to peek over the ledge, or the edge of the world. There you go. That's what you see.
Yeah. I guess you two should get down there for the ceremony. It looks like they've got some sort of uniform on.
Pretty pretty.
Yeah, they're pretty. I think you would like them. They're like all white, really regal.
Are we gonna stand out when we go there?
Yeah, I think you guys
for
should
sure.
probably get some change of clothes. That reminds me. Here, that you might be able to use this down there. We need potions. We need resources. Probably some food. Here, and Bognak's gonna give you like between the two of you 300 gold, and he's just gonna be like, you two, if you see anything useful, if you can buy anything, if you don't have to use it, then don't use it. But it's probably good to see what we can get, and I'll keep an eye on you from here. And worst case scenario, I'll try and come back you up and send Will back for reinforcements. So, good luck, you two, and well, have fun. I'm just gonna keep my clairvoyance going from there.
We'll hang out with you.
Cool.
Where did you place your clairvoyance? So just in case we need to send you a message of some sort.
Right, like 30 feet from the statues. Get the top head. I was trying to look down.
Whatever is being unveiled with the cloth, it's like 30 feet from there looking in.
Yeah.
So if we can see, if we need to be close enough to the statue, okay.
Just
So maybe
and
we
by
can
the
send a
way,
sign. Like, well, maybe not the attack of the statue, but
yeah.
perhaps.
And there's something, I don't know, something weird. I'll say that too. I mean, I don't use this spell often. I'm not definitely not from this range before, but something
What
feels.
spell is it?
Clairvoyance.
Oh, that is the sensor.
Yeah.
Perhaps it is being seen. That is a problem people have with that spell often. It's a Dragontooth thing. You can see it sometimes.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know that.
I did not know that. I just honestly, I haven't seen it myself, so I just kind of thought it was like.
Well, I don't know if you know that someone else can see it, is what I mean.
No, yeah, I had no idea. No, yeah.
That's
So
interesting.
that's disturbing. So that they might see I'm looking on the party, but they don't know who's casting it necessarily. Nobody's making an effort to dispel it. So if they are seeing it, no one's gotten rid of it yet. So
Penny always says it's very hard to cheat in a room full of spellcasters
yeah,
because they're all doing it.
that's why I bring my own dice to the table. And Bognak holds up his special like scary die. And he's like, I'm going to put that away though, because that's dangerous.
Oh, I
Don't
remember
roll that
that
right
dice.
now.
Yeah, just for fun, why not? A scorching ray on the corpse. Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess it's time to go
I get
see
the
what.
feeling that we need to be dressed up for this so we can fit in.
At least all.
Well, I think the easiest thing to do is to embrace not fitting in. We can say that we just got here. We know Cthulhu attacked. We can say that we are refugees from, well, I'm from Vail, and we came upon the coast, and there was a town that was on fire and attacked by pirates, it seemed, and we wandered in, and now there's a ceremony happening.
I mean, do you have to bring? I know you may not have wanted to pull this card right out the gate. You want to kind of enter more inconspicuously, but You could turn into the sister and say you just returned. And this person had brought you back, so you're ill prepared for the ceremony.
That is true, but then I would have to lie, and then I could not do things because then they would think I was her. But
Yeah,
if I turn into her, then I can always use that as well.
Yeah, so that's just something to think about as well if you start getting questions.
I could be lots of people. See?
Oh my god, that was me!
And if you just meet me, no one knows. So it's kind of funny. It's very helpful.
Yeah, I don't want to know how many people you've eaten and then turned into.
Oh, that's a good idea. I should eat people and then take their faces. Oh, normally I just turn into my friends. But I like your idea better, Bognak. Thank you.
As long as I'm just a friend and not food. So I appreciate you cleaning
yes. You're on that list.
Oh, thank God.
You're on that list. He made the list.
All right.
And Cleonel, as Zerge will reach out for Livia's hand to walk into town. Come on, let's go. Pretend we're a happy couple.
Livia, roll a dexterity saving throw. Boom.
Oh no, what is happening to you?
Right.
The ghosts are back.
Dexterity saving throw.
Yeah.
21.
Okay, so as you both turn to go, you almost trip but catch yourself over that same fucking cat that's now at your foot, like rubbing against your leg. You almost step on the cat. And as you step over it and look back, you can just see the cat like almost winks at you.
I
Only
wink
had
back.
magic.
Right.
Is this a ghost story situation?
The cat looks at you, wink back, and just like licks its paw, just kind of like shoves at its face like something was, kind of bites at the air and just kind of looks back at you, and then darts into the bushes, into the tall grass.
Weird cat.
I'm gonna go try and get the cat. I wanna hold it still.
All right, as you guys walk on, the sun is about to peak. You're able to make it the ways another 10-15 minute walk. As you do, you're going to pass a couple of well-made houses. Seems there's parties going on in different houses from what you can hear. Would you like to continue forward?
Yes.
Okay, as you pass by these, you start to get to the walls that look much bigger now of the Milwast Center. Those tiny little magic lights that you saw before are now big blast of magics that just as quickly as they appear, they disappear. It seems to like fuel whatever is on this wall or whatever. It's a pretty standard, boring looking dark gray wall, but at the top, these magical things kind of go off in the distance. And there's a big opening where a couple of the roads meet. These roads are very nice, actually, and cobbled. They go off into the trade route. This was like a dirt path that kind of came around the back. There are different half-elves and tabaxis guarding the front of this. You see there's a couple of carts with horses that are waiting in line as they're like talking to someone at the cart in the front. You guys walk up on this situation. I'd say there's 3 half-elf wizard-looking fellows and 2 tabaxis.
First I look up at Livia and I go, oh, well, one thing I do miss about Dragontooth is that they had such fun flair. Having magic must be really nice. I'm happy to be learning it. And then she looks at these people. Are they? So it looks like they're like. Are they like?
It's like checking people before they go into the city.
Can we tell how they're checking them? Does it seem
Yeah.
to be like a?
Right now,
insight or perception?
there's a guy. The cart in the front has a lot of crates stacked on that are roped down. It's very big, and there is an older tabaxi man. He was like maybe once was like a dark black, but now he's got like white patches appearing, like kind of this long beard, and he's talking to one of the half elves having a discussion, and he's nodding, and just kind of waves them on and turns back to talk to the half elves as he goes into the city, and the next cart goes up, and this cart is covered. And you can't really see who's on the front of it, but you see one goes around to one side, one half elf on this side, and they're having a discussion with whoever's on the front. And that's what's happening right now.
Okay. Last question: are people going through this magic barrier, or is it opening and closing, or like making some partition? and then closing.
It doesn't necessarily look like a magical barrier. It looks like you could go
okay.
through. It's just magic at the top of this that you can see.
I see. I see. Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Well, I guess I'm gonna approach and ask about how to acquire entry to this here place.
Yeah.
Play it nice and casual.
Smiles.
Yeah, so we're cartless. We're like walking up to a drive-thru, I feel like, so that's awkward. How do I bring my carts here? Like, where are these carts coming from? Are these people just manifesting? Okay, it's fine, whatever.
All right, they're waving that cart through. It's going through this open archway into the city. You guys walk up. One of the half-elves walks up to you very casually and asks you if you're residents or are you visiting?
We are visiting.
Okay, just going to need to know your names.
Sergey.
Sergey of where?
I am from Vail.
Sergey of Vail. And how did you travel here today?
By boat.
Okay, and what is your intentions in the city?
Well, I'm sure if you haven't heard, but a beast has risen and it is destroying things, and they tell me my home is no more. So I'm just looking for a place to rest currently. So.
And how long a stay do you plan?
How short am I allowed to be here?
It's what you choose. Everything here with our visitors is documented and sent into our database. We have an accurate live description of the people and places in the city for our own safety.
Seems very secure. Are you not worried about the attack on the Vail Kingdom, or I guess whatever else is happening on the mainland?
He kind of looks back at one of the half-elves who kind of just gives like a suspicious look, and he turns. What is your... This is not a required question, so feel free to decline it, but what is your line of work, Sergey? You seem to be a man of battle or politics.
Oh, well, I do make that assumption. I am a mercenary, or a sellowsword of sorts, but currently I am just Sergey of Vail, also known as unemployed.
Deception
But-
check.
Okay.
Thank God for the actor feat.
Right.
For real.
That's gonna be a... Oh, I'm throwing dice on the floor. A 23.
Ooh.
Welcome to the Milwast Center. And you?
Livia.
Oh, I should have
I
introduced my friend. Sorry.
Okay.
I say as I'm walking away, I'm like, oh, I'm sorry.
That is my lover up there.
Do you say that?
Yeah.
Okay, noted. Livia of where?
The Vile Kingdom.
And how long a stay do you plan?
I mean, same answer that he gave. I'm with him.
Same intentions as well?
Yeah.
Okay. I apologize if this is tedious. These are just the structures we have in place to keep everyone safe.
Oh, no. You don't have to explain a thing. I totally get it. I understand.
We have never been here, so it is an
Yeah.
interesting place.
This is all new to us.
Well, I hope you'll find it enjoyable. He's going to pull from his pocket a little ticket. Feel free to redeem this for some free sorbet in the city sorbet shop.
City sorbet shop.
And I
I just know
imagine
where sorbet is.
your ally here has the same intentions and is from the same place. And as you two look down, it's that cat that's just like sitting,
Oh, I
looking
was
straight
like-
forward. Not even looking at you guys, just looking straight
yeah.
for the entrance.
He just kind of does his own thing. Follows, so.
This cat's for sure a spy.
For sure. I was like, this kind of message druid is this?
Very well.
The cat's just
Welcome to the
sitting there.
Milwast Center. Behind you, there's like a group of 4 women who are very extravagantly dressed, and they were just dropped off by a cart. And he is going to go ahead and talk to them and welcome you into the city. You see, the big city is like these are like 2-story, very nice stoned buildings. Everything's very precise. The angles, right angles, everything's cut perfectly, like they took a big laser or something. Everything's very clean. The streets look like you could clean or you could eat off them.
Said like a laser.
It's very busy everywhere. For so early in the morning, you can smell sweets and really good savory meats being cooked. Seems like the city just kind of came alive so early on, around 6:20. And
That's early.
it's kind of straightforward from 4 directions towards the base to the base of the Milwast School of Magic. So it's almost like 4 main roads that everyone can kind of go to and go straight to the center. So you see, I imagine like a New York City street where it just looks like it's like that forever until you see the big structure of the castle in the very middle.
Wow. Okay. Do we know where this statue is? It's unveiling.
Yeah, is
You know
it
it's...
seeable?
We know it's a
Did
thing on it.
Bognak tell you guys what he saw with the scrying? Or with the clairvoyance?
He described the statue and like the statue itself and like where the sensor was, but outside of
Yeah,
that,
Then-
I described the party around it and like the big purple cloth.
So he probably would have explained that it's at the base of the school.
Yeah.
damn, that's a long walk. Yeah. Well,
Right.
I guess we start
Maybe
walking
like
down the
a
street.
little less than a quarter mile. It's not that bad.
Okay. I just imagine
got
like
that.
walking from like Times Square to like Central Park. And I'm like, this is a lot of walking, bitch.
Yeah, maybe not.
Yeah.
Are
It's
there
not
any
that far.
lime scooters?
You look like you could get wherever the distance is. You look like you could get there in like 10 minutes.
Yeah, I have a 40-foot movement speed. I'm not why I'm bitching.
Okay.
I'm a brisk
Same.
walker. Oh, look at us, queens.
We fast.
So we're just power walking through the street. We're like, places to go, places to go. We are not giving tourist energy at all.
I'm
Nope.
so glad.
On a
I'm so
mission.
glad I'm not there.
The
Like
cat
25 foot.
jumps up on Livia's shoulder because it can't keep up with you guys. And you get towards the
Cool.
base. As you get closer and closer, the school is getting bigger and bigger, and all the thousands of windows and steam off one point. And it seems like an eternal darkness flowing out of one window. And it seems like some multicolors going off in this big window, like it would give anyone a stroke. Just seems like this place is alive and beaming with magic. And at the base, this huge garden. You can see kind of really nice walls around it with beautiful red flowers around it. You walk in and you see the hedges. There are people going in those tunics that Bognak described. This is definitely the base, and you can almost see over the fence, very tip of the purple cloth that's over the monument.
I keep walking personally, and then I will cast message to Livia. Do you ever get the vibe you walked into a cult?
Oh, that's someone who is a part of a cult. Yeah, that's exactly what this is.
Cast another one. Well, maybe they're effective. I suppose some might say that Penny is a cult leader, but she's a good teacher as well. So maybe these people can be useful.
Maybe we can convert them to our cult. Or kill them.
Oh. We continue to walk.
All right, as you walk up to like kind of the gated entrance of this big park, you get around to the doorway and you can see that large tiled area with the rows of benches, and there's chairs set up all around it. It's packed with people. 4 shard mines close in to block the way, and they are dressed really nice, and one of them steps forward and asks for your invitation. Otherwise, you will have to view from the outside.
Oh, honey, do we have an invitation, or do we have to wait outside? Looking at you, and she.
Oh,
and,
yeah, I had the invites.
I reach out and I rub your shoulder and give you a nice bardic inspiration with the nice pat on the back.
Yeah, so I like fumble around in my bag for a second. I'm like, "Ugh, I didn't realize we would have to show them to y'all in order to get in.
Both of you roll a deception check. I was this close to performance.
18.
18.
Ooh, that's good. 21. Not me rolling higher than Tanner's now, bitch.
Okay, so they look at you. They've almost heard this
On my
before. This
Smurf.
is a very famous yearly event. No worries. They have a list. They'll bring up... These shard mines are like standing at attention, but also looked kind. And they all four look exactly shaped the same. And one of them pulls out a clipboard and asks for your names. I imagine you tell them Sergey and Livia.
Before we do that, I like
Sergey
as
looks
he's,
like this.
pulling the clipboard off. Do I like catch a sneak peek of any names that might be on it? Since I'm like being highly attentive at this point in time.
Roll a perception check. DC's a little high, though.
Can I get
I'll
the
use
help
my bardic
action?
inspiration.
Can I get the help action and go, are you on quadruplets?
That wouldn't necessarily make it like show the clipboard. If anything, would be like,
I
oh.
want to distract them. I want
You might be
to
like,
make
"How'd
the
you
weird things.
know?"
They're like, what?
No help
Put it
action
the
for
other
you. No, none of that.
Wow.
What's the
Use that
bardic
bardic
inspiration?
It's a
though?
D6.
D6 at this
Wait.
point.
A D6.
Wait, if Cleonel, how many bard levels did you take? Is it a D6 at your level?
Well, it's D6 for level 1, so.
Oh, okay, yes. Yeah. And then it becomes a D8.
25.
Okay, damn.
Oh.
Yeah.
You said it was high, so I pulled out all the stops.
My butthole got tight. I said, I'm wrong.
Okay. You see a name that says Dragontooth.
Dragontooth?
Dragontooth.
Dragontooth.
Yeah, like Dragontooth.
Do they got a +1, or did I catch another name by chance?
No, you got that one.
I think
A clipboard that's going.
25.
You have enough time to be like, okay.
I think Clea
Okay,
now.
yeah, so I
think Clea now slips out of Zerge a little bit because they ask, "Are you free? Do you have to be here? Or do you choose to be here?" Every time you had a sharpen, I was just curious. Like, they told me they slaved them. So I was always like, "You doormen who look the same," but in a French accent. I couldn't
He
think
kind
of
of
one,
stops. May I? I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name.
Oh, I look at my friend
Oh,
who was
that's
saying the name.
Dragontooth.
Ah, Dragontooth. And your friend?
My +1.
Yeah.
Very well. Enjoy the ceremony. And they're going to move out of the way. And immediately there's going to be a row of shard mines that have hors d'oeuvres and alcoholic beverages and goodie bags.
Well, now she feels bad, so she's gonna cast a message to the one she said that to, and she's gonna apologize, but in the same voice, and she's like, "I'm sorry if that was offensive. I didn't mean to pry. Always curious.
He
I don't know why I always do clean out."
was almost talking to a shard mine, but kind of stops. And you see his head kind of go towards the shoulder, towards you, but he's facing away from you, so he doesn't fully look at you, but you see the acknowledgement as he continues to work, as more people are about to come in.
They are whipped. They are whipped and chiseled. I just wanted a good seat. I didn't want to sit outside, honestly.
Yeah, so like what type of vibe is
This is the
this
last
cult?
slap.
This
Do
is
we
like
get as the
cocktail
enter?
party, and not everyone's got like large tunics to go down to the ground
Like
or
we're
dresses.
talking like elitist cult, like they're like, we got money.
It's
This
giving 1% energy for sure, I feel
is definitely 1% energy.
Okay.
The top
like. We graduated
1%.
from Harvard and we came back. We are the alumni. Okay.
I
mean,
will
the
say
Illuminati.
you do hear someone someone talking about how glad they are that they were able to get tickets to ceremony. They would hate to be like everyone else who just uses clairvoyance to watch.
I think it's easier though.
Hey, at least it doesn't look like.
Oh, watch from
suspicious.
outside. I see them.
Yeah.
Mm.
All right, as
Okay.
you walk in, the party's mingling. There are big hedges with people moving around to the right. There's the big tile place to the left with like a lot of seating area here, and the unveiling at the other end, and then the School of Magic straight ahead that way at the other end. of the big garden. So you have your choices to move around.
I think Clea Nile is gonna go and do what she does best, and it's be invisible. Because I'm feeling like she's at this like little soiree party, and people are having this like, oh, all my friends are here, and I'm talking all my secrets, blah blah, and I can care less about the help and the people walking around. So she's kind of just like moseying about, doing that thing where she's just gaining intel, and she just wants to like see what people are talking about in this place where they feel so comfortable.
Describe what Clea Nile was wearing, because even though her body can change shape, her clothes stay the same. So what is Zerge wearing right now?
She's wearing these. Oh, she changed her clothes from her. Did I ever give the speech about what she was wearing? But she's wearing this like wrapped. It's like fabrics that are like kind of wrapped around her, and then she has like a metal skirt on, or a metal like waist piece on, and like metal boots and bracers. Some things that were taken from the actual guards from the ship, that were the dead ones. And she like has some of their gear to like, because she needed some new stuff, and also she just looks like a dude. So kind of like wearing these like wraps around him. Looks like a warrior, like a vagabond, I guess. But no weapons on them.
Gotcha.
Just in this like very like showy, like, oh, I'm wearing, straps, some metal, and just my hands.
Cool.
It's kind of like,
as she walks in, the cat jumps off Livia's shoulder and darts into some of the hedges.
Bye.
You walk into the tiled area. Roll me as you're just as you're walking, you generally hear people talking about someone's talking about the sales of certain things, and how they're down. Someone else is talking about the weather. Another person in a group is talking about how great the students are that come from Milwast. And that's just generally what you can hear in this area without doing anything rolls-wise.
and notably
This is a boring
the
part.
name, but notably we know what has happened in the last 48 hours. And notably, no one has mentioned the name Kabubu at all. No one.
Roll a perception check for something
Okay,
that's
thank you.
sensitive of a whisper.
I'm just curious. Are they whispering? I'm just curious. I just,
Well,
also
you
would
can't
love to know if they're
perceive
lying.
everyone's conversation all
Well,
at
no,
once.
I'm
It's
just
just the
curious.
general
I'm just curious.
sounds.
Yeah.
I'll give one as well.
You're not.
See
You
if I
didn't.
hear
Did you?
anything.
You're
you
not
say-
in there. Cleonel said she went in there.
Oh, I thought I walked. Oh, okay.
Are you walking in? I mean, you're not like stationed there. You can walk in if you want. You do it too.
Yeah, I was just gonna walk in casually with Clea now.
Gotcha.
It's
Go ahead.
at 12. That's not great.
You don't hear anybody talking about Cthulhu with a 12.
Okay.
There are some like more whispery conversations that you hear. You maybe overhear someone talking about cleaning up a couple of the ports to the rest of the world, because they think our ports are in desperate need of being a beacon of hope for the world.
All very notable information. Because I do care about the level in which they speak. So that's very nice. Okay, thank you. Livia, you can-
Yep. What would you roll, Livia?
that's it.
Oh, 17.
Livia, you hear some people talking about the murder of Wilkie. About this assailant from the so-called happiest place in the world, Wimding City. The place of song and dance, just by waking up in the morning, produced one of the most vile, street urchin rat piece of filth that would destroy someone so beautiful, indicating towards the big, soon-to-be unveiled statue. Something that would help the world. They have family members that had trenchfoot. The years that was taken after that incident where Wilkie tricked those thieves have been the most wonderful years for the school and for the people and for the world. And you know what? Maybe Dragontooth Academy was a good idea to take some of these kids off the street and throw them in. It's not their fault they were then tricked by some shadow organization. That's what you get.
See, very smart.
Did I get an? Okay, I have a vibe that I know who they're talking about.
17 gets you a vibe.
I'd like to cast Mass Power Word Kill. From the
From a distance. I do it.
Fighter cast Genocide. And so,
All the wizards must go.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm just gonna like sashay my way to grab a drink because they're free, right?
Yep. There's shard mines walking around with trays everywhere. You can get any colored, bubbling, non-bubbling drink you want.
Oh, it better be bubbling.
Yeah,
and I'm gonna grab it off one of the trays that's walking by.
What color did you pick?
Purple.
Beautiful.
Yeah, and I'm gonna, do the whole like wine whiff and do like maybe a little an Arcana check on it to see if there's anything in the Kool-Aid.
Yeah, Arcana it up.
That's a 19.
Yeah, it is what I'm calling the greatest healing potion mixed in with this drink.
Oh my god.
Well, okay.
Will you grow a tail? Find out.
19. Yeah, this is a refined magic. You wouldn't know. You know that it's going to give you a lot of health, but you don't know any specifics about it, unless you want to use some ability or something.
No, I'm gonna drink it.
Okay. It's kind of useless right now, but it would take you to max health.
I don't get any other like weird psychotic side effects.
Nope. This is a happy party.
You just feel
Well,
I've got you guys so triggered, traumatized that you're like getting everything, and you're like,
Oh my god. Bognak sees that and he's like, oh, that looks yummy. Ben is yelling, fill up flask. Just get flask. Take it home.
All right, the
I
sun
just
will.
look over at Cleo and I'm like, they're passing out health potions.
The sun will peek over the horizon. The sky will light up with this bright yellow. The music will cease, and everyone will start gathering around the chairs and area that's around the statue. And you're going to see where the hell he came from. This large 40-foot treant stand around with his big tree hands and just kind of hold on to the cloth very gently with his two big fingers and kind of tug just like the cloth moves like a couple inches. And you see he kind of bows. And you hear a voice. You don't know where it's coming from. Hello, and welcome to the Milwast Center unveiling of this year's Monument Edition. And you hear like music, almost like you're at Fantasia at Disney World. Everyone's going to start clapping. There's going to be fireworks that shoot up into the air and just pop and then go back into each other and sparkle like rain. This year we celebrate the life of Wilkie Tittle, Cliglip Slivel Timbers Tempia. Everyone will cheer. The creator of the cure for Trenchfoot. Young Wilkie was a beautiful student of the Milwast School of Magic. Starting her life and career, not necessarily as a student, but a runaway, a stowaway in the very walls of the school. Taken care of by a famous professor, she started to learn slowly magic before she inevitably was enrolled in their program. She has now gone on to aid Ardinia Kingdom, Summit, and now the world with her addition to the cure for Trenchfoot. The Milwast School of Magic would like to thank you for joining in tonight's celebration. Music will blare, people are clap. You see people looking around like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. The treant will lift the purple. What you'll see before you...
The purple.
The purple.
Sounds so ominous. The purple. Ooh, what is it?
Is this glowing fountain with a large warrior, a half-elf warrior standing in the middle, and small statues around it that depict different races, and they all seem magical. It's glowing this pink magic. The water is beautifully clear. There is the walls of the little fountain around the statue, and these pink and purple flowers all around it. And in the front is a statue of a small gnome with like monocles, who's very short. She's got long red hair, and there seems to be mechanical beings around her, like an artificer, and she's graciously bowing and holding in her hand this vial of a bubbling substance. And everyone's cheering and moving towards to look at it, as that Sigourney Weaver type voice is going to keep announcing the creators of the statue and different winners or people who were recognized in the past. And so it's basically is like it's the credits right now, as they're describing it. So people are starting to move out of the way, leaving you guys kind of where you are, unless you go to it.
No, she's gonna stay where she's at. But do any of the names that they're listing stand out as any that we've heard of in Dragontooth? Any of these big notable names come up in history, like a little crossover, or like heroes that we may have know about fighting or anything?
Both of you roll an insight check.
Let me check her stats.
Not my strong suit.
Everything's your strong suit if
13.
you have belief. Wait, I don't know. I'm
13?
Yeah.
Oh god. Insight. Okay, that's plus 0. So that's an 18 on the dice.
Damn.
Come on, Clea now. She's in there learning shit. Somebody was that guy.
My wisdom suck.
They talk about one of yes, they name Captain Silvernell as one of their students. You don't see him on the front of this statue, though.
Okay.
So
okay.
they don't like him.
Just curious. He's notable, but not. He's an honorable mention. He's not in the statue. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Okay, the ceremony is like kind of ending. People are talking. Fireworks are going off, and the music is very like that. Thank you for coming to Disneyland type of vibe. It's kind of like the music shooing you out almost in your soul. People are talking. People are having a good time. People are.
Do I
moving
like
towards the
catch
edges.
wind of like what the next move is of this group of people?
Roll me an insight check.
Where's the after party, the post game?
Not a perception check?
Oh shit.
Or a slide of ear? I rolled a 19. So
Everyone seems to be moving for the hedges, talking about like what the information and promise will be for the next year.
Before the party disperses as well, I think I would have probably spent my time just using my know your enemy over and over again, just trying to peg maybe some of the strongest looking people here, the most notable people.
Is clairvoyance concentration? So as long as you're not doing something that's concentration and it's just an ability, right?
Yeah, it's just I literally just have to look at them for a minute outside of combat. So
You're just like randomly picking someone for a minute that looks.
yeah, I'm just kind of doing it throughout the whole ceremony.
Roll a perception check to see. Let's make sure you're not wasting your time at random people.
Yeah, exactly. It's like.
And what does this give you? Favorite enemy? Seems like there'd be
everything.
Know your enemies, so I can just kind of. It's a 9. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it at 9. But what know your enemy does, if you spend at least 1 minute observing or interacting with another creature outside combat, you can learn information about its capabilities compared to your own. Strength score, dex score, con score, armor class, current HP, total class levels, fighters class levels.
Okay, so 9, you're not too good at gauging them before you concentrate, so you'd spend a lot of time on someone who wasn't. It's about half. So go ahead and roll me a d6, but -2.
Oh, d6 -2.
And this will determine the people you get.
Oh God, I hope it's not a 2. That was a 4.
Okay, so there will be 2 people. So,
2.
one of them is a teacher at Milwast, and her name is Nandy Eubanks, or Nandy Yubanks. And her work is specified on transmutation. How much do you have to know about her?
Well, I just total levels, probably total levels HP.
She is a level 13 wizard.
Cool.
And her armor class is 13, and her HP is for a wizard. We'll say she's also got some magical things that probably help her. We'll give her a clean 92, which is pretty good.
Beefy.
Remember the time being
she's also a teacher. She's probably got magical help. And then the second person that you meet is Roger. Let me give him a name right here. Roger Daniel. Danel. Roger Daniel is a prominent shop owner, and he runs it with his husband. And they sell magic items that focus on storage, like chests and crates, like magical means of holding and capturing stuff. He is a level 10 wizard, but turned shopkeeper. He has an armor class of 8 and an HP, because I imagine he's not wearing armor, he turned to shopkeeper. 8's pretty good for that. And he has an HP of like 59.
Cool.
Boom. 2 people.
Cool, 2 people. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
But
Keep the name
why
up.
he's a notable person is because he's very affluent in the trade and this shop, and so he's very knowledgeable at everyone. He's very trusted.
I imagine Bognak just sees him, like, just using a magical container. And he's like, oh yeah, that guy's gonna have some flask we can take for sure.
Oh, for sure. Okay, as you guys move over towards the hedges, it seems like the announcement's not done. It talks about the new year, about expansion of the Milwast Center, and the expansion of Cinder Island on the world. It talks about the unification of our self-governing body and the world at large. Summit, Vail, Canterville. And it has hope in the next couple years. The pains that people feel about not having enough room to trade, not enough people to buy, there's so much stuff to buy, that this can spread and we can finally mend the gap that has always been Summit's controlled territory and the Silver Seas.
Can I make a perception check just to read the room? Is anybody like face cracked, or are we like, because
Are
there's
we the
one
only
chance
face cracked bitches
there-
in this place?
I'm not even face cracked. I just want to know if we're so far into the 1% purge that they don't know the world's ending because they're so dejected. 'Cause I'm just curious. But can I roll for that?
Everyone is very tentatively watching, even the Shardmine caterers. Everyone is kind of listening. But some people are better at hiding anything they're holding in their mind. So go ahead and roll me a perception check, both of you. See if you can catch any faces that crack.
No.
17?
There is a woman who is listening, and all you see is a single teardrop that she quickly wipes away as she listens.
And this is all coming from a disembodied voice. There's no one like leading this discussion. It's just people talking and this voice happening.
Yep, and like light effects and fireworks and sparkles. It's very orchestrated.
Yeah,
Okay.
like where's the person behind the curtain that's
I don't know what-
orchestrating all of this?
Honey. No comment, honestly. These are just taking that in. And I was like,
Literally.
but in her head, she's like, it seems they don't know that the world is coming to a quick end, but we've.
Either I mean,
Know
I
that
just see this
that some of
bitch
them know.
shed a tear.
I'm like having some dissonance in my brain.
A
But I think-
Shardmine will come up to you guys as this is going on, and pardon himself for the interruption. If you would like, there is a table at the front where we are selling an array of proper attire for the party. Not to be rude, but there is a semi-dress code.
Um,
Okay.
honestly, perhaps I think this is a good time for me to make an exit. I didn't know there was a dress card. I wanted to see the unveiling because I happened to be here and heard about it. But I don't want to intrude.
Do you have a ticket?
I did, but I don't want to. Didn't. This is a.
4 more shard mines
he's not
walk
feeling well.
over. Allow us to lead you to the exit.
Thank you. Like she's like having like a.
Oh, one of them's gonna help in case
I
you
just, like-
faint.
Oh, thank you.
All right, they're
Thank
going to
you.
lead you guys away as this ceremony continues to go on towards the entrance. The other shard mine are already standing there at attention waiting for you to go. So there's a bunch of shard mine as they take you to the exit and take you out to the city and ask you if you'll be okay getting home.
I think we'll make do. And I kind of
Yeah,
just
we'll be okay.
nod and kind of just like turn and start to walk away with
Okay.
Livia.
All right. You see away from the shard mine, you're into the city, walking away from this area. What do you want to do?
I think I want to go home. That's like a whole can of worms, and I was like, yeah. We just finished we just finished a brainwashing arc. They really in the cut over there.
Yeah, like deep in it.
So they can expand though. I
We're
hope that
gonna
goes
have
really
to,
well
like-
for them.
I mean,
I wish
they
the best
definitely have
for
a place
them.
to expand to.
Yeah, lots of open land for sure. Definitely
But
things to do,
Yeah.
but not for us to help them. I think this is where we decide to maybe travel up north instead of down south. So we're gonna head back to Bognak first, and then to
The ship.
All right, you
ship.
leave the city, go up the trail again. As you're going up the trail, you will notice some like deer tracks that cross the trail at one point.
Is that weird?
It's just a notable thing.
Also, is the cat still with us?
He's looking up at you like, what'd you say?
Clean
Who
out
are
looks at
you?
that cat. Clean out looks at that cat, blows it a kiss, and casts animal friendship on it, just to see if it's really a cat.
It just like sits down as its tail almost like hits its head, and it kind of surprises it, and just kind of looks around.
As in my
Anything,
spell does
Clean
not
out?
work. Does
The cat just looks up at you.
Okay,
That's not
so
an answer. Clean now cannot tell if this spell has worked on this cat or not, which kind of is stressful. But she relays that information that she
I'm
cannot
gonna
tell.
pick the cat up.
Where's your cat at? Compare cats. Compare pussies. Like,
Cat's
I
arms
could
just
tell in my
dangling over
butt.
your hands.
Yeah, but I'm just like staring at the cat, and I'm gonna cast Identify on the cat because if I touch a creature instead, I learn what spells, if any, are currently affecting it.
This
Like,
is not a
what
real
it's using
cat,
to be a cat.
and no spell is making it turn into a cat.
you can't
We're
tell what
fucking
it
with
is.
a druid.
You what? Say it
I
again.
said,
I
so
said
we're
we can't-
fucking with a druid. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, and I was just saying I couldn't tell what it is, but that's I guess different.
Okay.
But you can tell that it's you can't tell what it is. You just can tell that it's not casting a spell on itself, but it also is not a cat. Just gonna know like what the deduction is.
Basically.
What is that?
Yeah, so it's
Okay.
not a spell that's being used to like turn this cat into a cat, essentially.
But you know it's not a cat.
Yeah, which would make me assume it's a wild-shaped druid.
Hey, yeah. So I guess we'll just keep. Do we have? Did we make it back to Bognak?
Yep.
Will, can you do me a favor and grab this cat?
Yeah. He's gonna float over, and the cat's just gonna like fall on its back as Bognak like tries to grab it, and it's just gonna wiggle and try to almost look like he's trying to get its back scratched, but it's also just avoiding his hands. Come here, and then the cat's just gonna lean up and fall right to his hands. He's gonna hold it. I got him.
So what's the problem with it? I mean, well,
We
first of all,
don't think this cat's a cat, and I want to test a theory about it. Will, can you take this cat really high in the air and then let it go?
no, wait, whoa.
Oh,
What if
this
it's? Where's your mimic, Cleonile?
reached into my pocket?
Currently, it is positioned as a jewel button thing, like a brooch.
I feel it. I feel its heartbeat because sometimes it moves around and changes. Here it is. It is a brooch.
And we're sure it's not Kamapa. Just
Too small to be Kamapa.
Well, yeah, I don't think they turn into animals. I think they turn into objects.
I don't know.
I don't know either, but I mean, I think. Well, this is mine. Where's yours?
It seems.
Yeah, drop the cat. Let's see what happens.
Oh, it seems
they
pretty
usually
friendly,
land on their
guys.
feet.
I'm just curious to know why this cat is
I
following
know
us
you
around.
all are villains, but I just want to meet my family. I will not do to this cat what you did to Sister Frances. And drops the cat. No way. Oh, no way. Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I kind of agree. I mean,
Okay, well,
what if it's like B, you're playing a prank or something on us?
there's one way to
Well,
find out.
this could
and
have
it's
went
to
one
wait.
of two ways. Whip my sword out, and I'm like,
Well, Livia, you don't have to attack it, I guess.
Intimidation check.
Oh, scare it, yes. We are not hinged.
not hinged. 19.
Just looks at the sword, pointing at him. It cracks a little cheeky smile and just shakes its head no.
You'll turn back eventually, and I sheath my sword.
Do you think it's? Bognak studies the cat. He's a.
He starts watching this cat. What level is this
Yeah,
cat?
yeah.
What level is this cat, Scott?
Are you using the ability?
How many fighter levels does this cat have?
You can just end this. You can just use it endlessly. All right.
Yeah, it's
All right. So
He's gonna
for
watch
a
it.
minute, as
Beautiful.
you just stare at this cat, I guess you guys just watch. You hear the sound of the waves and of the early morning of the ocean around you, as this minute goes on forever of this cat staring up at Bognak. Bognak looking down. Before I reveal what Bognak
We're just
learns,
watching them watch each other.
the cat
That's his head.
just turns to Livia. And Bognak, you learned. God damn it. What was his name?
This seems like a fast and loose interpretation.
Hey, this is a weird cat.
It's young Sir Boyle Grifflin. He is a level 7 druid. Noble. And he has no idea what you're doing.
But we know what Bognak's doing, so we're looking at Bognak for a cue. So we're
He's
like,
He's got an armor class of 17 and an HP of 67.
I feel like Cleonile and I at this point both like simultaneously just like cast message on Bognak, and we're like, well,
Well, I mean, he's kind of a cat. It's Tabaxi, I think. It's the Grifflin kid. And he also watched you guys kill the teacher in cold blood, I'm pretty sure. So this kid's got some stuff going on.
Sir Boyle just kind of lays back in his little cat form and just crosses his arms very humanoid-like as a cat.
you
Cleonile
gonna come with us?
very calmly and casually walks over to this cat and like picks it up if she can. Like she's trying to like, you know, she's giving, and then she like kind of like definitely like gets her hands around it to make sure it's not going anywhere. But like just not a nice, like a mother lion
gentle
biting,
child.
like picking it up in its mouth energy. And she's gonna cast a message on it. Do you want to come with us? You've seen a lot of things. You haven't left yet. Does it say anything back?
Cat just shakes its head.
The cat's just nodding. He's a bro.
Well, you do know I will bring you with us, but if it turns out that you're bad, we will kill you. You understand that, right?
He
Okay,
gets it.
my name is Cleonile. And then she turns back into Cleonile. It's pretty nice to meet you. I always wanted a cat. I'll see you're my friend. I also have to tell Penny that who you are, but you can stay as a cat. She won't mind. She puts the cat on her
Cleonile gained 1. Oh, we're doing NPCs now have relationship points. Cleonile 1 positive relationship point with Sir Boyle Grifflin.
Listen, she got 2 with Rakshida, so...
And only you hear this as the cat's being put on your back. In your ear, you hear, I'll help you kill my family.
This kid's got some weird stuff happening.
We love a spicy wizard on the inside. That sounds like a great plan.
It's just like whispered in your ear.
Well, she does the thing that he did. She looks at him, doesn't say anything, and goes,
I just want in with those pirates.
and she looks at him and goes, we run the pirates.
Meow.
Bodak's
Starts to walk back.
gonna look at the cat and be like, "Are there any friends that might come with us? Any other help?"
Any more druid nobles around?
Do you have any stuff we can have too? Or are you just coming with us? Like, do you want to loot your bedroom? I'm sure you got some nice stuff.
He's lots of information. If you kill the family, you can rob them blind. So that'd be great.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah.
Or he can take over the family business and run the pirates for us. I'm sorry, I'm thinking out loud. Anyway,
eventually, that seems like a long arc plan.
Let's go to a 10-minute bathroom break. We'll be right back. When we come back, we can live with Sir Boyle for a minute. We'll see everybody soon. All right, everybody, welcome back to the third act, episode 37, Dragontooth Academy. If you're just joining us now, there's a lot to explain. Go back, but basically, Sir Boyle Grifflin is a cat, and he's our friend now. So we are starting back right there outside of that doorway that leads into the long channel into the port. You guys are standing there. What do you want to do? The sun's up.
We're back at the port already.
Nope, you're at the spot we started off. It's like 7:30. The sun is up.
I would like to go back to the port.
Yeah,
Okay,
then,
everybody's
just
going back to the port. Back
And
through the
filling
tunnel.
in Bognak on everything that happened. Like, hey, they don't know about Cthulhu, or it seems they don't know about Cthulhu.
Yeah.
A lot to unpack. Really cultish energy. They modify sharp minds. They don't have, like, they seem like a lot going on.
Yeah.
Petite.
Livia
Just-
goes on about all the shit talking they were doing about this one motherfucker that apparently got sent the Dragontooth, and he was almost the reason why the cure for trenchfoot never became a thing. And yeah, apparently they really hate this guy.
You see, I was a patsy. It's
There's no idea it's Bognak.
if anything, maybe they were talking about Nugs because he probably should have gone to Dragon. I feel like he'd have been a way better film than I am.
Maybe he is all of you. Who knows?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he is. We are all of you.
When you're here, your family.
When you're,
That's having all those souls inside of you. I mean, that's up.
yeah, cool. So let's get your stuff. Let's just get stuff. Let's get some stuff. You guys spend my gold. Did you guys use any of my
Oh no,
gold?
we didn't spend
We
any
didn't.
gold.
We didn't spend
We're
a
gonna
single
steal
penny.
shit when we go back.
Like,
Okay. That sounds fantastic. You guys have a great time. Keep using big names. I'll be aerial support. I'm just gonna keep casting clairvoyance over them as they walk. So
Why don't you want to come in there?
Because they know my face. They know me. They know my voice. I can't go in there. You have to
I'm
We'll
also.
give you a
That was also
makeover when
not
we go
going
back to
in
the
there.
ship.
Huh?
I should go back in later. Giving him a makeover at the ship.
Okay,
Yeah.
giving who
But
a makeover?
Bognak,
Oh,
a
okay.
makeover.
All
so he
right.
can not be himself and go actually
Uh,
steal something since we didn't do it.
Okay, Russ has got all the rooter on the ship. It's below where the guts are.
I'm taking my gold back.
Perfect.
Okay.
Also,
Here.
there is a second ship according to that map.
Yes,
On
it's
the-
a much
on the-
smaller one. We talked about before. You wouldn't be able to fit all the shard mines and all of you and all of the guard, those summit soldiers on it. It's
Yeah,
just
we don't have to store things in Kamapa's guts. What I'm saying.
Kamapa is
He
a
might like
is a much bigger ship than that smaller vessel. We can look at the map. I'll show you.
Maybe we could just put.
I understand size reference, but one is a ship to store things in, and one is our friend.
Oh,
who
I
sometimes
see what you're
looks like a ship,
saying.
and we don't have
yeah.
to store things.
Gotcha.
inside it.
Well, Russ
I
is
mean,
like,
the good-
I didn't know. I told her I'd put it on the ship.
I mean, the good news is the good news is
right? You were in his guts.
well. First of all, I think we can put stuff in Kamapa because B and Russ were in Kamapa for a while. They came out fine, but maybe not just a bunch of
Kamapa,
drugs.
though?
I don't want Kamapa just very high. Like, I think that's a bad plan for us. So let's get that back out of
Would that make
Kamapa.
it fly? Maybe.
Well, B is gonna be asleep for a long time more. I can just take it over
What did
there.
you do?
Thank you,
I'm-
Russ.
I'll help you, buddy. I'll help you carry it.
Can you tell
See, Russ, if you
Kamapa
would
to
have done
help
it right
us?
the first time.
I think he's
I
really.
thought we were allies.
We are. We're friends,
Why are
Russ.
you being such
You're
a
misinterpreting
poophead?
this. No. Are you okay? Is everything... Here, let's go have a conversation. We need to have one.
I have a lot of barrels of drugs to move. I don't want to have a conversation.
It's okay. I'll walk and talk and you carry.
I moved 3 barrels while they're doing this. Just guys, come on.
All right,
And
he's
now
gonna
also
pick up
moves
a barrel.
barrels.
You pick up a barrel as you walk. You can have a conversation. Yeah.
Okay. I just talk about our relationship.
Roll. What are you trying to achieve with this?
So essentially, I'm just going to be like, Russ, it's you, not me. So I need to understand why it is you're feeling the way you're feeling and interpreting me this way because it's not how I mean it.
Persuasion check.
Not this gaslighting ass bullshit.
Persuasion,
I
you say?
Yes, persuasion.
24.
I used to have an arch enemy named Yumi. And sometimes I would wonder if it was all Yumi or if it was the darkness in me. Not that I don't like the darkness. But I think
Yeah.
it is fair that some of my insecurities are peeking out. I have an amazing girlfriend, but she's got a deadly disease.
He looks at you to see how you react.
I'm trying to write a book, but I'm actually not seeing any dinosaurs. I'm sorry, okay?
Yeah, honestly.
It was a misunderstanding. Now let's just move these drugs to a smaller boat.
Okay, I'll let you do that. Thank you for admitting you projected on me.
And he's gonna walk on. All right.
Here.
The trail
Gaslight
of
robots.
barrel drugs are moving. This is going to take some time. So what are we doing?
That's it.
So
And
it's
then-
just Penny left, or Cleonile left, because those two are helping move barrels of Bruiser.
Yeah, I mean, Cleonau's like really not in a rush. I think she will also, seeing Bognak start helping move barrels, she'll like, oh, I will help as well.
All right, it's going to
Our
take.
mines that specialize in moving barrels. Can we maybe? I know we said. I know we mentioned.
Okay, roll. You use your ability, but roll me a perception check to see how many you can learn here. Let's do it.
Maybe
This one
gourd.
makes just wood lighter.
8.
An 8. Okay, roll a d6, but -3.
No.
gosh. Come on, 6.
It's a 6.
Right?
It is okay. So
I'm a witch.
all right, Storg. Storg is very good at aiding in childbirth
What the heck?
Oh, that's convenient.
Why is that convenient?
because Bee's pregnant.
What?
I didn't even think about that. All right, there's Florg. And Florg is really good at home decorations. He's got a very good eye for feng shui.
Oh, aesthetic.
We can have a really nice place here. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna make this house a home.
I'm gonna rebrand.
And then
We're gonna
Rorg,
feel like
which
a
is really hard
family.
to say. It's like a very low Rorg. Rorg can pick up 3 times his body mass.
Oh.
Oh, how big is he?
He is considered large.
I was about to say, is he the smallest?
The smallest guy.
I know. I was like, so maybe like a barrel.
Cool twist of fate. Well, yeah, I think these three guys especially would all be helpful. I think, well, Flora.
I think especially Florg.
Yeah, Flora
He
can
definitely
help
get us
us
stacking.
organize properly. And
He can pick me up and carry me carrying the barrel.
All right, so Florg and Rorg are going to help you guys by moving it over there. Also, Korg's going to join you with some baked goods he made just to, so you guys, this is a lot of work, but it's going to take you 2 hours, which means you're only going to have another 2 hours left before the long rest is over of Bee and Penny.
cool. And then I
Okay.
start my long rest.
Okay.
And then I start my long rest as well. I was like,
Yeah, it's same. But until then, I'm going to discuss all the baked goods we can make with all this rooter with Korg, and be like, listen, we need to start baking with this shit. Do you know how to do it? I hear you're quite the baker.
He tells you in his sleep he could make the best edibles.
Oh, now we talking. Feel like doing it?
Now?
Oh, whenever. I mean, it's here.
Now is a better time than any. Yeah. Do you mind if he's going to gesture towards the pirates, take some arms to aid?
Oh, yeah. Get you a whole little staff. Do what you need to do.
All right, look here, you assholes! He's going to move over and start directing these pirates and get a big group of pirates.
fully telepathic starts yelling.
Yeah, just start screaming.
General.
I know. I'm kind of turned on.
Gordon Ramsay? Is that you?
So the pirates are gonna come over and take big scoops of this rooter. Actually, they're gonna take fucking barrels, and they're gonna take a few barrels, not all of them, and because there's time constraints, and they're gonna go make some butter in one of those buildings, probably the tavern that
Nice.
has a kitchen.
A butter building. We love to see it.
All right, that's started as well. Anything else we want to start before we end 37?
No.
Bognak tells everything to Sorg that he can remember, so they have an almanac of like everything they did that day.
Yeah, he has a
So
great
they-
memory.
Yeah, he remembers everything after hearing it just once. I'm gonna make an Excel sheet just with all these guys and filter for various.
Oh, I've got it. I've got my sheet as well.
I've got it written down as well. I'm like, we got 11 of them.
I haven't written any of their names down.
That's okay.
They start yelling. Who are you? What do you do?
You that does the thing!
All right. Well, that's good. We'll pause there. When we come back, we'll skip to the end of Bee and Penny's long rest, give them some time to talk, and then we'll see what happens and jump the rest of the long rest. It'll be way past lunchtime when we come back. But anyways, thank you guys for playing. Thank you guys for watching. We hope you had a good time. Come back for episode 38. We'll have Erica back. 38 will be epic.
And we level 8. Level 8 at 38.
Hey.
Poetic.
All right. See you next time. Goodbye.
Bye.